Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy MTS here, back in another video. Hope everyone's well wherever you are. Seem to be having a few technical issues today. I don't know if it's my laptop or Facebook or even YouTube. It's probably my laptop, really. It's a bit old, but I hope it works for as long as possible. At the moment, it's all I've got to record on. One of my passions is making these videos. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and obviously sticking to the theme of Black empowerment. Today, for a Sunday, as it's a Sunday, I want to focus on, due to my love for alliterations and patterns and things like that, I want to focus on the theme of, I suppose you could say, the two themes of support for success, basically. So supporting the Black community in Britain and around the world to network together and support them for success, like allies like myself, people from other minority groups, or just general allies and supporters of the Black community, and looking at how we can help them to become successful, and also sorry, stumbling on words here. What companies like Spotify, Starbucks, Sainsbury's, Tesco, Walmart, and all sorts of different companies, IBM, whatever, can help the Black community, either in terms of training and for employment, or even supporting them in business and starting different projects and things like that, which many companies, to be fair, already do, and I hope to acknowledge that. On YouTube, I did try and post in the question, there's the question section, I did try and ask the question like, do you have any ideas of your own, any ideas or plans or thoughts of your own for supporting in Britain or around the world even, to become successful? And I'd love for people to share those ideas as ever. And also I did ask, what is success? I did try and ask, what is success to you? What does success mean to you? But anyway, if you can think of anything along those lines, please let me know. As I say, I'm having some technical issues. I don't know if those questions posted properly on YouTube. I tried sending a message on Facebook to someone as well. It didn't seem to go through for some reason. So I don't know what technical issues I'm having, but they seem to be there. But anyway, I'm going to crack on with the list. I think that covers everything for the intro. I'll probably give a nice life story, as I sometimes do. But yeah, today I didn't get up till like 2 o'clock, so I was absolutely knackered. I didn't even realise the clocks went back as well for a while, but I don't know when they went back or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to try and stop waffling, and here goes. So as ever, I'd love to hear from other people's ideas, like Black people themselves and allies, or anyone who wants to comment. As ever, I always say freedom of speech and expression and that kind of thing. So but here goes. So number one, I wonder how can we support members of the Black British community and Black people around the world to start their own projects, whether that's their own startups or their own singing careers, singers, songwriters, singer-songwriters, or anyone who has any projects or ideas or whatever. How can we help them to be encouraged to take risks, to take the plunge and work on those ideas? I think creating a network for Black people and also allies of Black people could be a way to help to encourage members of the Black British community and people around the world, Black people around the world, to work on their ideas and to start projects and take a risk. I think when you got each other's back, you can sort of, when you know someone's got your back or some other people have got your back, I think it's a lot easier to take the plunge, as I put it, and start your own startups or whatever. Number two, again, how can we help Black people around the world, in Britain and all around the world, to learn from each other, network together, both on and offline, have interviews together, Zoom groups, and all sorts of things like that, and look at ways of empowering Black people in Britain, as they and all around the world, and again, what they can learn from each other and how they can grow their businesses from startup stage all the way to become successful startups, but also become eventually SMEs, and then from sole traders to SMEs to all, and then to big businesses, maybe even like what they can learn to grow their businesses as much as possible. As ever, I'd love to hear from like Black success stories and things like that. Number three, again, I think working together as a group, they could help each other to have each other's backs, and I'd love to support and celebrate Black singers, songwriters, singer-songwriters, and all sorts of projects made by Black people around the world, in Britain and all around the world, and look at how they can help each other to be freer, to make more options. I talked about having what I call potential FU money, which, as I mentioned before, means that would mean that if you, so an investor could, so say someone like Daymond John or Aliko Dangote or someone like that could from somewhere around the world, from the black community, could help black people to invest money invest money on their behalf, so that people could put money in whatever amounts of money they feel comfortable with into this pot, and then it could be reinvested, so they have that money, so that if they want to quit their job, or they're worried about not having a job, or they're worried about losing their job, they can be free from those worries. I include that as number 3 because I think it would make you more free, and I think finances do make you more freer to have those options, as I say, potentially have few money, not having to worry about jobs, not having to worry about losing your job, or things like that, and that kind of thing. Number 4, how can we help more black success stories, as I say, from Britain and around the world? I'd love to know people's ideas and suggestions on that kind of thing. And I think black people networking together with each other and their potential allies, including other minorities, POC, and that kind of thing, could really help to achieve those goals, and work on so many different projects together and achieve more together. Number 5, I'd love to, as I say, listen to members of the black community about what they want to achieve, and that kind of thing. Number 6, I know I often say this one, but improving relations with Italians and black people through football. Sorry for repeating myself so much. Soccer, if you like the migrants, for instance, or black people who are builders or whatnot, helping Italy to build stadiums, football stadiums, and pitches and spaces and places for football and things like that in Italy, and also playing football in Italy, especially like the migrants that come to Italy. I love to see Italy improve its relations with the rest of the world, including the black community, through soccer, and seeing how they can benefit, just like, again, I know I mentioned this before, but like Brazil, France, and other countries, how they've benefited from diversity, at least in football. And to me, in football, it's 100% benefit, because you have a wider pool of people to choose from. But I think it shouldn't be based on, I think there's no room for nepotism in business or in sports like football. Obviously, I only focus on football, really, or soccer. But because I think they should always pick the best person for the job, and that kind of thing. Number 7, I would also same for Celtic, as I say, and also I would love to celebrate the success stories of black people in sport. Again, sticking to the theme of alliteration, I forgot to say it yesterday, but like sport on Saturdays and Sundays, I was thinking it'd be interesting to hear stories of black sports success stories and things like that. And number 8, I think that hopefully those stories will be inspirational. And again, I'd love to hear about success stories for black people in sport. There's an African American guy whose name I forget now, but he was talking about empowering African Americans. And I know I'm focusing more on black people in Britain and also Africa and Indigenous Australasians and those sorts of groups, but it could be also all around the world. But he was talking about like how in music and sport in America and possibly around the world as well, black people have a lot of success, but they should look at how they could own those sports companies and music companies, so that they can monetize and be more empowered through having ownership of those sorts of labels and record labels, for instance, and things like that in music and sports. So I'd love to know what you think about that, as well as all my other ideas. Number 9, again, if they network together, both on and offline, I think it'd be great to see those successes. Incidentally, I was listening to a Zoom meeting, which I briefly talked about yesterday, where unfortunately I missed the Zoom meeting, or I didn't know how to get into it. I don't know if it was on Zoom, actually. It might have been on YouTube Live or something like that. But they were talking about how in the future there'll be more people from Africa and black people with dyslexia who you can see as role models as well, hopefully. So I think that'll be pretty cool. And they are trying to build together a group of people from Africa. I think they said at least 2 Africans from every single country. Doesn't sound like a huge amount for a country, but overall, obviously, that'd be quite a lot of people. That'd be like over 100 people, 108 people, I think it would be. Perhaps it's not my strong point, but it should be about 108 people, maybe more, if they get more than 2 in many countries. So I think that'd be quite interesting as it grows. more and more people could join. On Zoom, you can only have so many, I think. But yeah, it'd be quite cool to see what they could build together. And number 10, I'd love to support young black people to achieve their goals as well, and again start their projects. As I say, I forgot to say point number 1. I think it was Confucius who said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." And I suppose you could say that for any distance, any journey starts with a single step, single action or whatnot. So hopefully they can have each other's back. So I was thinking, like, as I said, with the dyslexic empowerment thing, having a portfolio, they could be a black investment portfolio where someone like Aliko Dangote or someone like that could look at how they could reinvest their money, and maybe also they could look as a community about what sort of things they could invest in, what companies could help them, and companies like BlackRock and Berkshire Hathaway, Cascade Investment, and others. Bridgewater and there could be many others, PIF for instance, and many others, as I say, that could look at how they could help them to invest for success and to reinvest that money, and also look at how they could save money on their shopping and other bills, and also maybe if there's legal loopholes where they could save money on their taxes, if they learn those sorts of laws, and also their mortgages and all sorts of things like that. And as ever, I'd love to know what you think, and I'm out. Peace and love.